The pheasant is an omnivorous bird that can attack many important crops such as wheat, corn, peanuts, and vegetables, causing significant damage to the agricultural industry and sometimes increasing costs for farmers. Billions of dollars are lost every year due to pheasant, so farmers are facing many problems. They have the ability to eat seeds of seedlings and adult plants, and the act of trampling or tearing leaves also causes considerable damage. According to the U.S. Department of Agriculture, each year damage caused by pheasant to crops amounts to about $500 million US. To minimize the impact of exploding VIN populations, farmers and related organizations often deploy hunting strategies in the fall, a time when pheasant are migrating. Hunting methods include using rifles, traps, and hunting dogs. The combination of these methods depends on the specific conditions and scale of the agricultural areas. Using a rifle is the most popular of these strategies. It requires technique and hunting skills from farmers or professional hunting groups. Traps and hunting dogs are also integrated, although less frequently used, but still very effective, especially in areas with large fields such as corn, wheat, peanuts, and vegetable fields.
This is interesting. Oh!
Implementing these measures not only reduces the likelihood of crop damage, but also effectively protects the agricultural sector. Flexibility in choosing methods and integrating them based on local conditions and scale of production can be the key to achieving high performance in controlling pheasant populations and minimizing the negative impacts of they. To deal with pheasant when organizing hunts, choosing the right place and time is important, usually hunting in the early morning or evening. Hunters often approach by observing pheasant and following tracks to determine where they commonly appear. Their presence can vary depending on environmental conditions and management plans, but estimates from the United States Department of Agriculture indicate that about 3 million pheasants are hunted each year. Ghost hunting is an important part of the pigeon control strategy in South Texas, where they became a serious invasive species after being introduced from Mexico and Central America in the 19th century. This invasion is not only by its ability to adapt to new habitats, but also due to its rapid reproductive rate and lack of natural enemies. Area South Texas pigeons have adapted well to a variety of environments, including the city. Rapid fertility is a prominent feature of the South Texas pigeon, with the ability to lay 2 to 3 clutches per year, each clutch containing 2 to 4 eggs. This is particular to the environment in the United States, which lacks natural enemies for them, allowing them to grow without difficulty. The agricultural industry in the United States is facing a major challenge due to damage caused by South Texas pigeons. They are suspected of feeding on many important crops such as wheat, corn, peanuts, and sunflowers. According to estimates by the U.S. Department of Agriculture, the total damage they cause to agriculture amounts to about $700 million per year. To control the situation, pigeon hunts are often organized, especially in South Texas. These hunts are often organized by nonprofit organizations or government agencies, aiming to predict harvests and minimize their impact. The hunting process typically involves gathering at predetermined locations, using a shotgun to shoot the birds, and then collecting the captured South Texas doves.
Right here, up front.
The number of birds hunted annually in the United States ranges from 50 to 100 million, with high concentrations in states such as Texas, Oklahoma, and Kansas. In addition to hunting, there are other control measures implemented to minimize the impact of South Texas doves. This situation, along with the Jess wild snow dove problem, has become a serious challenge to agriculture and the environment in the United States. Feral pigs are not only a major threat to the natural environment, but also create serious challenges for the economy and farming communities in Canada. They devastate fields of wheat, soybeans, and many other crops, resulting in economic losses estimated at millions of dollars each. Feral pigs are not only a major threat to the natural environment, but also create serious challenges for the economy and farming communities in Canada. They devastate fields of wheat, soybeans, and many other crops, resulting in economic losses estimated at millions of dollars each. The feral boar's aggressiveness and digging habits increase the risk of encountering destruction and create hardship for farming communities. This raises the need to find effective measures to prevent the onslaught of wild warfare. Protect the agricultural sector and the living environment of communities. Wild boar depredations not only injure and spread disease to animals, but can also create soil and water pollution on farms. Their destructive behavior, through deforestation and urine release, causes negative impacts on animal health and affects human health, especially if not dealt with effectively. In addition, wild boars also pose a serious threat to the health of livestock and humans by carrying dangerous infectious diseases such as African swine fever. This is not only a concern for the livestock industry, but also a major concern for public health and the environment. Wild boars, with their fast movement speed and high adaptability, create great challenges in controlling their numbers and movement locations. Their destructive behavior often includes destroying fences, entering farms, and damaging crops. Their considerable strength can easily overcome weak barriers, climbing over fences, especially low or unstable fences, increases the difficulty of controlling them. Wild boars not only destroy many types of plants and fruits, but also cause significant imbalance in the ecosystem. They prove to be skillful saboteurs, not only damaging the environment but also threatening biodiversity. Their extensive digging and movement behavior not only causes soil erosion, but also affects water quality in agriculture, creating serious consequences. Wild boars are particularly devastating in many areas, leading to significant changes in the landscape even though they are not a native species. Competition between wild boars and native animals for food and habitat reduces natural resources and changes the ecological structure of that area. With the situation on the rise, we need to focus on specific measures to control and minimize the impact of feral swine on agriculture and the natural environment in Canada. hunting pigs at night may be a more effective solution, as they use darkness to reduce the possibility of detection, making their vision not as sharp as during the day. At the same time, reducing light also helps hunters approach targets more effectively. Continuing to access wild boar more easily is a unique and unfamiliar experience for farmers. Hunting using steel traps is an effective method to control and minimize the damage they cause to the agricultural and natural environment. The first step is to choose a suitable location, usually areas frequented by feral pigs. Steel traps need to be meticulously prepared with iron pieces securely installed and locked. Effectiveness includes using bait such as corn inside to attract wild. It is important to regularly check and control traps in the area. Furthermore, compliance with local laws and regulations is necessary to ensure safety and sustainability during the wild boar capture process. Trapping wild pigs not only helps control their populations, but also contributes to environmental conservation and minimizes agricultural damage. At the same time, raising awareness and educating the public about the harmful effects of wild stem borers also plays an important role in the fight against this species. Educational programs can promote understanding of the adverse impacts of feral swine, while generating active community support and engagement. And encourage everyone to participate in control efforts so they can share information about how to take safe and effective measures to protect food sources and habitats. Please share your opinion in the comments section or comment on the video. If you consider wild pigs to be a threat to people, if you disagree, leave a 0 in the comments section. In the United States, as snow goose populations have become invasive and caused damage to crops, pastures, and infrastructure. The U.S. government has implemented a variety of measures to address the problem, including hunting methods were carried out according to U.S. National Service guidelines. According to the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, wild snow goose populations have increased significantly from about 500,000 in 1960 to more than 5 million in 2023. This increase is due to many factors, including habitat degradation in the Arctic, where snow geese often inhale increases in food supplies in the United States due to agricultural intensification in food storage. To control snow goose populations, National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration has determined that wild hunting is an effective means. In 2023, about 1.5 million snow geese were killed. The process of catching snow geese often begins with setting fake traps to lure the geese as they move through the sky. Hunters will hide in nearby areas and wait for an opportunity to catch them when the snow geese flock approaches. Hunters will go through this process meticulously, catching each animal one by one. A snow goose hunter's dexterity and hunting skills are important, as they are small, unique, and agile, making capturing them difficult.
Got the mallard! Nice shooting, guys. Good brain out, boys. Good brain out, boys. Got the mallard! Nice shooting, guys.
The chase of hundreds of wild boars must have become a familiar image for everyone facing the problem of wild boars in the United States. American people are trying to find solutions to deal with this situation. Join cat farmers to discover how they are tackling this problem across the country. In addition to eating and sleeping, forest worms are also capable of causing other scary consequences. This phenomenon is called wild birds, and they are becoming a haunting presence across the country. Wild boar herds not only harm American farmers by destroying fields and reducing agricultural productivity, but also have the potential to transmit infectious diseases to livestock, increasing economic risks and creating significant pressure on livestock, speaks to the American agricultural community. To the wild boar problem. Americans use trapping methods. Choosing the right type of trap and location is very important to shorten the time to catch wild boar, especially at night, the most suitable time for wild boar to be caught. If you like this farmer's solution, please leave comment number 1. If you do not like this solution, please leave comment number 0. However, wild bee colonies pose a devastating threat to agriculture, causing damage to crops and hindering agricultural production. Wild emerald ash borers significantly impact grasslands and associated ecosystems, causing damage to grasslands and reducing their productivity. Total damage caused by wild emerald borers in the United States is estimated to be approximately $2.5 billion. As the predatory activities of wild emerald borers can harm flora and natural ecosystems, creates a chain of negative impacts on the natural environment. Controlling the environment and reducing wild boar numbers is important because it brings significant benefits, helping to protect agriculture and minimize the chase of hundreds of wild worms that must have become a familiar image to everyone facing the problem of wild boars in the U.S. American people are trying to find solutions to deal with this situation. Let's explore how they tackle this problem throughout the country. To solve this problem, the community has applied the traditional cage trapping method, using an iron cage combined with bait to attract wild animals. Traps are placed in strategic locations, especially at night when wild boars are most active. When they are caught, residents transport them for treatment and population control. The community also integrates modern technology into trapping, using sensors and automated monitoring systems to track and automatically identify wild boar holes. This not only improves efficiency, but also optimizes intelligent management. Placing traps in strategic locations, such as natural routes or areas favored by wild boars, is made safe and easily accessible to ensure wild boar hunting takes place effective. besides using traps. Americans also apply many other methods. Firearm hunting is a popular method that requires participants to have a hunting license and comply with state-specific laws that apply to many different types of hunting. Have you ever tried hunting from a boat? This is truly a unique opening method, creates an exceptional hunting experience, causing the wild boar's natural wariness to drop in a serene atmosphere. They do not sense potential danger and each wild boar seems unable to resist as they fall to the ground, oblivious to the punishment these wild pigs must have faced. Behind this situation is the origin of wild boar herds. They appeared in the United States many years ago, when a man brought 8 wild boars as pets. This has led to a rapid explosion in their population, with each breeding cycle yielding between 8 and 12 offspring. Currently, the descendants of these pigs have reached about 6 million people and are distributed in 35 states throughout the United States. This causes many problems and challenges that need to be resolved. As a species of wild boar with a special appearance, they are easily identified by their long fangs protruding from their mouths and strongly developed teeth. With their strong heads, wild boars are capable of digging deep, even creating peach gardens, and there have been cases where they have infiltrated military areas, causing destruction.
It wasn't long before we spotted a few in the brush.
Good shot, front flip. Hell yeah.
That's crazy. This is slow. This is insane.
Look at that. Aim for baseball. A lot of people got home.
However, their presence is not always unrivaled, especially when they face a pack of fierce hunting dogs. In this confrontation, the hunting dogs often showcase their determination and hunting skills. They can chase and capture wild boars, forcing them to flee for their lives. So, in your opinion, who would emerge victorious in the showdown between the hunting dogs and the wild boars?